It's no secret the pandemic kicked off a dark time for vacation rental properties. The safer, at-home lifestyle created a far from ideal environment for the travel industry. But thankfully, several factors have come together to make these properties one of the brightest spots in real estate investing again. Hi, I'm Kate from the Motley Fool, and I spoke with Nell McPherson about the 3 reasons why vacation rentals will be big in 2022.
For most people, traveling used to be something they just did 1 or 2 weeks out of the year. Full-time work tended to make being away from home much more than that pretty impractical for a lot of people. But the pandemic has thrown the gradual shift to more flexible working lifestyles that was already taking place into overdrive. It's looking more and more like that genie may never go completely back in the bottle. Office demand fell to 39% below 2019 levels last month. And of those companies requiring employees to return to a physical office, only 15% expect to do that with no hybrid arrangement of any kind. That's according to Commercial Real Estate Services Group CBRE. The vast majority of office employers plan to allow at least some degree of flexibility for remote work going forward. A lot of families and groups of friends stayed largely apart for 2020. And they came back together this year and wanted the space and environment to make those get-togethers really something special. That said, it's still early to say whether this will be a one-off occurrence for 2021 or a lasting trend that'll stick going forward. According to Airbnb CEO Brian Chesky, the shift has inspired some of the site's recent upgrades. They now have the ability for hosts to verify Wi-Fi, and I'm pretty sure that's actually a requirement, so that when remote workers are going somewhere for work and travel, they know how they're going to be able to work while they're there. The trend is also leading to longer stays because it's not just a vacation, people are setting in and getting to work too, which means many travelers now have an even greater desire for a true home away from home over the hotel experience. A nice bonus to that for hosts and property managers is that the reduced turnover tends to mean less work for them also. They're also making it easier for guests to find specific types of properties that they're searching for. The site now includes a category for offbeat homes, because demand for unique properties has spiked since the pandemic began. When people weren't venturing out as much when they traveled, they liked the idea of having a home base that was an adventure in itself. And like flexible work arrangements, this taste for unique rental properties looks like it might be here to stay also. All 10 of the fastest growing property types AirDNA identified for 2021 offered some form of unique experience, meaning it could be tiny homes or yurts, farm stays, or even tree houses.
How much do you think vacation rental hosts expect to make?
It varies quite a bit, of course, based on property type and location and what's going on in the world at the time. But a lot of the answer revolves around that supply-demand balance that we were talking about. According to AirDNA, the average annual revenue for vacation rental properties is actually ending this year at an all-time high of $56,000, which is just a remarkable follow-up to 2020. This figure is expected to decline about 5% next year as supply increases and rates decline, but to then stabilize and see another increase in 2023. Like in most of the real estate investing world right now, the pandemic is, of course, the wild card in all this. No one can say for sure whether widespread shutdowns or increased travel fears will be repeated. But as you can see, there's some very exciting things going on in the vacation rental property space, and recovery from its pandemic low has been very swift. If you keep all these new travel trends in mind when searching for and marketing your property, you could find yourself hosting a very successful vacation rental in the new year. If a rental like that is not in your budget right now, you might also want to take a look at Airbnb and consider investing.